combat ready. Yes. Alright. Upon having a good night's rest, I came to the realization that I am an idiot, and I'm just gonna go for the boss. Because there is literally no profit to practicing against an enemy that is literally so far out of my way. Like, if I do eventually encounter him again as a more complicated enemy in a more complicated situation, that'll be a good time to practice on him. Who are you? Still don't know who that is. Still don't care. Okay, let's get out Blades of Mercy, and yes, good old-fashioned Raider Blanche. Who will be... Oh, that's a big boy. Oh, is that... Really? That's it? Man, I remember fighting you. Ain't one enough. That hurt. Okay. Let's see, is there something in your chest, or is that just me seeing the lighting through it? No, there is something in your chest. Okay, cool. So the last time I fought an amygdala, it literally didn't have any HP. So I didn't get a chance to do anything except slap it around like a fucking ragdoll. This is great. I actually get to find out what the fight is like this time. I mean, I'm a little unhappy about the fact that I'm doing it with no HP, but take what you can get. Now, having said that, the Threaded Cane will probably give me the reach I need to slap the head when it gets down on my level. Let's see, and we will... Yeah, I don't know. No, don't worry. Don't worry about it. I'm still hearing that stomping someplace, and it bugs me, because I never did find it. Actually, come to think of it, Arcane probably isn't a guy. Okay, a little bit of quick stepping might be a good idea. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Smidge. Because, I mean, it is akin... Oh. You know, I tend to run around with a lot of gems equipped that have kin damage penalties. I better double check and make sure any weapons that I'm actively using don't have that. Or I'm going to have a bad time. Attack versus the kin down. Yep. Attack versus the kin down. No attack down for the kin. And no attack down for the kin. Okay. So yes, shit. Gotta go back home. Gotta move those gems and shuffle them around. Let's see, the Blades of Mercy... anything, actually, that deals arcane damage probably isn't going to be that great because, I mean, it's kin. It's going to take, significantly reduced damage from arcane on a guess. Like, I'm just going to go out ahead and throw that out there. I don't think it's going to take a lot of damage from arcane. Having said that, I do want to use the Threaded Cane, so I will need a new droplet or triangle gem. You don't matter. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter if I leave a kin gem on that one because it's not going to be good against the kin since its specialty dodge attacks are best with the arcane bonus, which is why they're their specialty. Let's see. Increased stamina cost, nah. The physical attack up 18 period. That could be good. What's it got right now? Attack versus kin down for 20. Yeah, I'll lose a point, 1.8. But I don't want to put it back on the rate of wash because I'm going to be using that. This thing is hella expensive, but it's a weapon durability dropper. What do I want to put the weapon durability drop on? Something durable, preferably. Oh, Church Pick is actually pretty fucking durable. This is actually actively using a triangle. I don't actually have that many weapons. I generally don't know why I have an attack versus beasts on this. I guess it's because I don't have anything better to put on it. I'll just leave a stamina cost on there. That's fine. I have better things to work on right now, like figuring out what I'm going to do with this. So that makes it effectively a 12. Yeah, that's garbage. Why do I still have that? I need to sell that. I mean, droplet or not, it's trash. Never going to use it. No, I don't have anything that would really benefit from that well. I mean, I've got a triangle gem that bumps up kin damage like a son of a bitch. We'll do that. Actually, wait. Bloodborne is really fucking stupid with what is and isn't a kin. Like, the things that you would think would be obvious. In the kin category, generally might not be. Pardon me, what? It's weak to arcane fire and... Why? I mean, it's not even kin either. Are you sure? I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't want tips. I just want to know why it isn't kin. No, I don't need strategies. I don't need strategies. Why isn't it kin? Notes and trivia, yes. Okay, so nobody immediately in the comments on the wiki wants to offer information as to why this thing isn't kin, but it's not kin. So that makes my life a lot easier. Okay. But Arcane actually does work on it, it says. I mean, okay. It's apparently only resistant to blood damage, and that is it. God. You know, I'm really glad I looked that up because I was about to have a very bad time for no good reason besides why the fuck? Why the fuck? Why is this damn thing not kin? Why? Whatever. Okay, so my gems are probably all good then. What did I fuck with? Did I fuck with anything before I looked that up? I don't think I did. No, I just moved that one Kinhenter jump on, and then I changed out the cost parasite. Actually, yeah, if it's vulnerable to Arcane, then let me have a look at the cost parasite and see if I can't bump it up. I need to sell that gem, it's garbage. Okay, that's actually not, I mean, completely terrible. It at least boosts the damage by what? Like 4 points? Oh boy. Still, I mean, it's better than nothing. I actually have no idea how flat physical bonus gems would work on the cost parasite. For all I know, anything that isn't arcane just doesn't apply. Having said that, pretty sure you're just adding arcane scaling, yeah. Do I not have a better thing for that? I really just do not have good arcane gems. It's kind of a problem. Physicals don't matter. Bolts, fire, yeah, then I'm back to this one. So it really is my only good one. I have the one droplet that's good for arcane, and that's it. Did I have a droplet? I'm pretty sure I had a droplet that boosted universal damage. Physical up. Physical. Also physical. Church pick has physical, physical, thrust, physical. Here we go. Flat arcane bonus of 47. But the cost parasite has a crescent, not a triangle, so I can't use that, which means that it gets to stay inside of the Blades of Mercy. But it does. No, it's the radial. I mean, this one does benefit from physical damage, so I can go ahead and swap that out for an alternative. The Blades of Mercy I'm a little sketch about using against anything that isn't kin. Like, I don't want to put anything that drops beast damage down on it, even if by a small amount, because I do use it against a lot of widely diverse foes. But then we come back up again to how I'm running out of gems. Flat physical damage up. No. Physical damage up 18.8. I will gain, what is that, 9 damage. I will lose, what is that, 6 and 7, but 13. Yeah, it's not a horrible trade, all told. And now I can use that universal gem in here somewhere. Let's see. We'll go for the first slot, I think. Oh wait, it was just a normal radio gem. I think. Yeah, look at that. 17. That's good. That's fantastic. I wonder where I got that. Alright, now I've thresholded at 100 damage. Would you look at that? Okay, having said that though, that means I'm going to have to swap off my stamina regeneration, put this back on, and then cause parasite. Yeah, even aiming up as high as I can, I don't think I'll be able to tap the head with that. However, I will get a good job with that. And that. So I'll keep in mind that the back steps might be quite useful. And if I remember correctly, the quick step attacks on this weapon are rather fantastic. For mid-range, anyway. The weapon is still awkward and slow. Not good for high-speed, jumpy enemies. I will be most interested to see about how much damage I'm going to do to this. So because, pardon me, bosses aren't, like, the way the weaknesses, as the wiki talks about, work in Bloodborne, is not so much that an enemy is going to take bonus damage from arcane, or bolt, or fire, or whatever it is they're weak to. It's just that they lack any kind of significant resistance to it compared to relatively similar enemies. Right, quick steps, got a quick step. So it's not so much that if I wield this pure arcane weapon, I'm going to do bonus damage. It's just compared to alternative defenses, it will have less resistance to arcane and fire and bolt and thrust and general physical, I guess. I don't fucking know. Anyways, the wiki said the only thing it was really resistant to was blunt damage. But we'll see how much damage I do in fact do with this. Because I still don't fully understand how the numbers are working on the cause parasite. Really? A jump? Not a quick step, a jump. Because and that's annoying. Okay. That's, mildly chafing. Okay, no, that's just the sound of something splashing around in the water. Don't have to worry about it. My bloodstain is moving further and further back from the door. Oh, that was just me quick-stepping back. Maybe I should actually pay attention to what attack you're doing instead of trying to ignore it and just go for the legs. I mean, it worked the first time, but, you know, you can't get the same result out of everything every time. On account of the fact that he has more HP now, I am probably going to have to, like, actually pay attention and learn his moves and stuff. Which is what I'm looking forward to, but, you know, if I can get away with not doing that, why wouldn't you? Okay, yeah, maybe it is not particularly resistant to arcane, but my damage isn't that high to begin with. I mean, yeah, I saw that I broke the limb earlier, which probably means that until you break the limb, it's got to increase resistance. Also, you don't do much damage to its limbs to begin with. You do full damage. Like, the amygdala's limbs are resistant to damage. What you really want to go after is its head. Yes. So, Oh god, I forgot about that. The changed animation for when you are this thing. Anyway, I'm gonna go back home and take off Milkweed Rune for the tiny little bonus to recovery of stamina from the Hunter of Hunters. It probably doesn't make any significant difference, but not having cauliflower head in my face does help see details every now and then when the camera decides to smash itself into some obscure corner and block my view. Also, how am I? I do need to repair some shit. No, I did find that, Oh, I still have it equipped. That's why. Okay. I'm like, why am I holding my own hand? Okay, but if, in theory, it is actually resistant to, not so resistant to arcane damage, then I will enjoy carving out the Blades of Mercy. Oh, I'll buy, sell. And where's that stupid gem that bleeds 8 HP? It's a radial, I think, so I gotta go up a little bit. There we go. HP gradually depletes times 8. No, thank you. Skill scaling up, add flat bolt, all attack down. Fuck that. It's a triangle, which is probably why I haven't sold it yet. We're probably only going to be able to fix a couple of weapons like this, maybe even just one. No, depending on how I do this, I might be able to fix more than one. Go for the important ones, and, you know, knock off chip damage. Yeah. Brachio's a little beat up, probably because it's got that decreased weapon durability. What up?
I made taco meat and it's done.
Okay.
I cut up lettuce, so
Okay.
if you want to go fix you some tacos, you can.
Okay.
Are you on speaker?
Yeah.
Alright. Why didn't you say something?
I kind of figured that since it only sits there when I'm recording, you'd catch on. Oh, wait. I hit something that did significantly more damage there. His spine, maybe? What was I doing before? Because I was doing a lot of damage before. I almost instantly broke the leg. What the hell was I swinging around? Merk. I would have had Threading equipped, obviously, and then what? Raider Plosh? Was I slapping him with Raider Plosh? I'm generally slapping things with Raider Plosh as a first reaction. No, I transformed this right in front of the doorway. I remember doing that to double check to make sure I was in one-handed mode. That must have been what I was using. I jumped again. God, that sucks. Like, I understand that ever since Demon Souls and then Dark Souls... Actually, could you jump in Demon Souls? I don't think you could. Anyway, ever since Dark Souls, like, they have a limited amount of, you know, inputs to use for all of the controls that they want to fit in the game. So, you know, stacking inputs for multiple actions on a single button is just an inevitability. But still, man, it's like I am so glad that they came up with the R3 jump. At first, I thought it was kind of awkward, and I didn't really like it. I stuck to the double tap jump to the double tap circle jump thing. But after I did try it out and found out how nice it was to not accidentally jump when you're trying to just roll after a sprint, I could never go back. Like, this just feels bad right now. Yeah, look at that damage. Okay, I did not react to that in time. Oh, he flails behind him too. Okay. I mean, why would I be surprised? Look at all those gangly-ass limbs he has. The boy is basically a walking spider. He can hit anywhere in the room, I'm pretty sure. If he has, if he feels like it. Let's see. I'm going to have to pick out what my best damage dealer is. And then, I mean, it's the threaded K. Like, if I'm not using the Raider Palash, then King mode is basically Raider Palash 1.0. Okay, so he will aim that a little bit. Oh, and he will object to me being down there. Now, that glowy bit inside his chest is just very interesting, because I've got a lock-on point for his head, and I got a lock-on point for his chest. I don't have a lock-on point for his legs that I've noticed just yet. So I'm thinking something interesting might happen if I chuck a bullet up there inside his heart. In so much as something from whatever the fuck this place is from. Amygdala's. I'm trying to remember, like, I've got bits and pieces of Amygdala lore. Oh, a small amygdala, great one. Okay, so they're great ones. Are great ones technically not kin? Strictly speaking, I know I've got more bits of lore from amygdalas, but I don't know what they are. Okay, so that's how I got away with damage in the first place. I can remember him jumping a lot. So the thing is, if I do go to smack on his head a little bit, it's quite dangerous, because that puts me within grabbing range of literally all, however many hands he has. I remember visceraling his head. I mean, like, it's going to be hard to figure out where the threshold for that is, considering that I did that when I was way overpowered for the first time I encountered him. When I actually picked up the chalices that I was missing. Really now, did the boy just body me with his head? Or does his arm just have that magically large of a hitbox? I'm going to have to start taking this a bit more carefully, I'm sure. But for now, I'm just, using trial and error and experimenting and seeing what happens. Okay. How is my controller charge level doing anyway? Do I have a way to check that? I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, when I open this menu, it shows me, and I've got a full charge, so I can unplug it now. And, oh, God, sit back. Sitting back is just the best thing ever. Oh, I better move the microphone back, too. That's better, I think. Oh, and not running in the wall is good, too. Point the mic at me. Oh, I'm running into the wall again. That was an interesting animation to walk through the door. Laser thing. Oh. Okay, so... I'm gonna have to figure out where the hitboxes are for a variety of his attacks. Which is gonna be difficult since I can't actually see him while I'm standing underneath his legs. So, since I've deduced that aiming for his head with... Oh, no, actually. What's my reach? No. Nuh-uh. Maybe. But at the same time, backsteps are janky as fuck. I want to try going for that chest of his. I mean, I could always just shoot a regular bullet into it and see how that goes. Damn it, it's got a hell of a hitbox. Does he do it with both arms or just the left arm? Well, my left. Because I might be able to just quick step to one side or the other to avoid it. He's got a few attacks that he'll use upon me entering the room, but that one seems to be the most predominant, so I've really got to pay attention and figure out a plan for it. So let me get out a little Rage Flush. We'll try just a general purpose, slap a bullet in him. Ooh, and on top of that, I did confirm that buffing the Rage Flush also buffs its bullet. I can't see. Oh, do I not have a lock on for this guy? That's going to make this significantly more complicated. Man, manually aiming at that hole in his chest is going to be difficult. I'm pretty much going to have to use the monocular, and that's going to be a whole nother barrel of worms. But I'm on it. I'm ready for it. We'll give it a shot. Let's see. Oh yeah, that room is full of the dogs, so I can't exactly harvest my blood bullets from somebody else. I'm just going to have to vial it up. Which, of course, means that I will consume more vials than I otherwise would have. Actually... Okay, that attack I am very glad that I wasn't deliberately doing anything about. I just happened to be not in its range. Oh wow, that really hurts him. Also, mildly gets him off of it. There's a running gunshot animation? I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised. It is technically a strong attack with a weapon, but still, I think that's cute. Very, very lovely flourish. Might not make a bad finishing move. Well, either that or it's just the regular shot animation. I've never seen it from the side before. Possible. I mean, there is Axe Boy. I suppose I could try and get my blood bullets off of Axe Boy. But he's just as liable as not to kill me. Or attract dog aggro. Also, it kind of takes a while. And then I have to double check and make sure he didn't drop loot, because I do want the loot. So, I mean, yeah, there you go. 3 blood bullets. But, kind of not worth the effort to get them. What was that? Crap, I'm stupid. Damn it. So, and that is the problem with an enemy that has lock-on points. Not particularly conducive to the point of aim that you want to be fighting. In this case, his feet. Since his lock-on points are at his head and his spine, the camera's always going to be janked somewhere you don't want it to be when you're trying to go for his legs. Having said that, it does seem like if I'm standing precisely between his heels, yeah, then, like I was trying to run my head through human anatomy to make sure I was talking about it right. Heels and ankles are basically in the same location for when I'm talking about in vertical positioning. Either way, like, as long as I'm standing precisely between those, I seem to be more or less safe. My ankle. The third one at this point is then on the ground. Like, I am not happy with my run from that after attacking. I very much feel like I'm being... Yeah, I'm not actually timing my attacks to his, so he's absolutely going to be occasionally slapping me at the end of a quick step because I'm not particularly paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm just kind of spamming back away. Let's see. Instead of go with this, since my plan to shoot at his chest is now officially kiboshed. Well, I don't... Yeah. Okay, well, fuck the buff. Fuck the buffing. As amusing as it might be to find out what the additional damage is, let's first establish whether or not I can even just shoot him in the chest. Damn it. Damn thing. And... Yeah. Okay, if I'm gonna go for this, then I'm just gonna have to take one for the team and take the binocular off my quick menu and put it onto my inventory bar. I really don't like moving stuff around like that because like, I instinctively know where all of my stuff is because I have it in the same place 24/7. This is going to take some getting used to. I might die a couple of times continuing to open the menu to try and put it on. Just saying. Okay, gun mode, gun mode. Yeah, with the binocular on, it's almost a dead sentence. I have to put it on and then immediately take it off. Also, I went for the quick menu there instead of, tapping square. Having said that, the binocular does allow me to quick step while I have it on. So, I mean, with enough practice, I've got my best dodge mode, available with the binocular. Also, you can see there that... Oh, but I can't run like this. That's gonna... yeah, I don't know about that. God, I hear something stepping every time I'm in here. And it's like, my instinctive reaction is like, ah, fuck, here comes the dogs. It's like, I have some mild trauma from last night after those goddamn dogs. I'm not gonna go for the shot bad. .47. 122. That was an arm shot. Stand still. Let me shoot you in the chest. Specifically in the great big glowing point. Oh, and there I went for the menu. Okay, but yeah, 147 seemed about like what I would get. Especially since I saw that an arm shot was 122. the glowing weak point inside of his chest looks fancy, but I don't think it actually is anything. I think it's just style. Artistic design. Once I've actually killed him, I'll go ahead and I'll read the wiki in detail to see what little details I might have missed. Now then, Raider Plosh is still one of my best DPS options. Nothing else in the game has quite the lowest possible 135 out of 150. Okay, yeah, that's still pretty durable. So we'll take out the Blades of Mercy. Let's see, no, we're going to put my modular back on here. We're walking into a wall. Yep. Yep, there we go. Got my monocular back where it belongs. Oh wow, I actually did more damage than that. Holy Barca. That's dangerous. More dangerous. I don't want to be here. Alright, so this works out rather beautifully. I can basically always hit him in the head. And not, you know, kind of, sort of always hit him in the head like I could with the tail on the dog. No, I mean, like, legitimately, I've got a lock-on point. I can always hit him in the head. This is going to do well. This will do well. Ouch. Oh, I live. Spit. Basically just free damage for me. No, maybe not. That did actually hurt me a little bit this time. I guess I only just gently pipped it before. Just panic dodging right now. I'm not actually properly reading his attacks. Oh, there's a visceral. You don't have bad time now. Okay, so I can just chain hit him in the head for viscerals. Maybe. Now he's pissed. Followed immediately by a pissed off attack that I haven't seen before. I don't know. He's not technically a beast, so he wouldn't really have regenerative properties. And I do know from the fight I had with him in the Nightmare Frontier, wasn't Nightmare? Yeah, Nightmare Frontier, that he will eventually rip his arm off and start swinging that shit around. So, extra emphasis on the fact that he can't regenerate. So will I get an opportunity for a second visceral attack if I keep piling it on to his head? Or the fact that he won't ever have a regeneration animation to basically restore it as a breakable point? Does that mean that I won't get a second one? I don't like the games manually moving my lock-on board. I'm going to use the explosion snare. Crap. Quite literally just back. I mean, this is kind of effective. It's just I feel like I'm keeping myself in his optimal attack area. Like, I felt a bit safer attacking him between the legs. I mean, I'm definitely doing fantastically more damage like this. So I think I will go with attacking him in the head until I break it. And then get a visceral. You don't actually reach this. Oh, you do! Because you swing it back around another time. Okay. Like, normally I'm so close to him that I don't have to pay attention to that extra sweep around the back end. So he basically draws a question mark on the ground with it. And I never actually paid attention to the hook part because I wasn't far enough back to notice it. That's a bummer. Crack. I don't like how close I am to the wall here. And then I fall for that attack again. Damn it. Like, I'm thinking rush his legs when I start so that I can start working on that instead. And then I will be closer to the center of the room, and when he turns around at some point, then I'll fight his head. That was the game plan, but obviously I'd forgotten about the most important part of it, which is getting to his legs alive. Damn it. Yeah, now I've spent so much time fighting from in front, I don't remember what any of the tells look like when I'm quite literally just looking at his legs. I mean, I could try slapping his tail. That would be amusing. You know, be the dogfight all over again. Me trying to get behind him and slap his tail. Why not? Actually, why am I fighting him with the whip when I'm going for his legs? It's better to go with the cane. One cheeky slap on the face. And then Well, that was going fairly smoothly until I got greedy, and then went to the transforming attack. I mean, transforming attacks are very powerful, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure that there's a strategy with the Saw Cleaver that involves just using transformation attacks to stagger your opponent. But they do have a fairly significant animation on them, so if the opponent isn't going to be staggered, they're going to slap your shit around. Yeah, I think that as long as I'm going for the legs, I will commit to that and ignore his face, even though it does come down lower for a cheeky slap. Damn it, he did get me. Like, I saw that attack coming, like, am I far enough out of the way, or not? I was quite literally on the same side of it. Hitboxes are just a little bit bigger than the thing generating them more often than not. Today, I'm being greedy. Oh, I did slap his tail there, and it did about 79 damage, so I don't know if he breaks his tail. That would be music. If you can break his tail, that means that there's 3 breakable points there, just right at the base of his body. Which, you know, it's got to make for some rather amusing, stunning power. Let's see. Blades of Mercy are actually a little short for this job. Why don't I try Simon's Bubbly? And I mean, the opportunity arises, I can give a cheeky shot attempt at on his head. Damn, I thought I was pretty damn close to breaking it, but nah, not in time. Not in time to save me. But I've been dealing with enemies that do that for forever. Oh, he hit me. How? Well, to be fair, I can't really say, oh, how did he hit me, when I literally can't see what any of his limbs are doing. want to go after that tail. Like, just really bust it up. I'm probably going to have to go for the leg first, and then use the stagger time from the broken leg to attack his tail. If we're going for it, we're going to do it with this. Nope, too greedy. Yeah, it really chafes me that I don't really have a good lock-on point that I can use while I'm doing this. I am fairly good at using the combat roll, don't get me wrong. But just because I'm good at it doesn't mean I like it. Damn it, lower that damn thing. I just accidentally dodged that attack. I slap your booty. Okay, I don't know what that first animation was, so I was kind of waiting to see what the hell that was going to be. And then instead, it just, you know, was a generic flail at the ground underneath him thing. Also, I did more than enough hits, I think, that if the tail was going to break, then it would have. Which is kind of a bummer. It's like that would have been highly hilarious and amusing. So I think we'll just go ahead and we'll run up, we'll break both his legs, and then we'll step back after we've done the damage that way and go for his head. I'm just mostly wondering if I break both of his legs, if it'll take his ability to do that. Crap! He rotated a bit and it put me back in his attack range. Like, I think that must have been that attack had some tracking on it. Ah, bummer. Nope. Bummer. It's like I didn't roll the right way, so I ended up still in his minute's attack range. That's a bummer. come to think of it, now that I'm thinking about it, why is it you can buff the Kanehurst Rachel Blosh and not Simon's Boba? They both do relatively similar things. Damn it, I rolled into the attack. Okay, so it slaps on the right first, then it goes to the left. His right, his left. So I want to be on the back left side and then move to the right side when he goes for that attack, I think. Where else it hits, in what order, I don't know, because that's... It's like I died to that attack too fast for me to really be paying attention to all the spaces it strikes. I could have sworn that I was able to hit him while he was doing that before. I don't know. Oh, is that a new phase animation? I don't know, Matt. I don't know why. He has no HP missing. Okay, big sweep attack. Obviously, now that I know that that exists, it's so big and be pretty easy to dodge, but... Oh, that animation. Where he just kind of rears up and doesn't do anything. I wonder if that's his regeneration animation? Might be. I mean, I would have to wait until he does it after I've broken a limb and then run in and see if I can break the limb again. I mean, he's not a beast, so do non-beast enemies still get to regenerate? Hmm. Yeah, nice. Oh crap, I'm standing on the right. Ah, that feels bad. interesting that he went for that attack. It doesn't seem to have any forward direction to it. Like, it exclusively looks like a grab for when I'm standing between his legs. And yet I see him use it when I'm standing in front of his head quite a lot. I wonder if he just doesn't have a programmed response to being slapped in the head with the whip. Like, do they really think that we can't hit him in the head with that? I mean, hell, I think even the Hunter's Axe in halberd form could probably hit his head. It's low enough. I mean, obviously, a weapon like the Blade of Mercy or the Rate of Flash, when it's just flailing, wouldn't be able to hit it until he explicitly lowers it. But when he's just in his default position, weapons like the halberd form of the Hunter's Axe and the whip form of the Threaded Cane just got perfect access, so they should have programmed some responses to me doing this, I would think. Crap. It's like that was, okay, so don't go to attack him after the laser attack. It seems like there might be a good opportunity there, but there's not. Mostly because the act of avoiding the laser gets me out of the safe position that I'd like to swing my whip at him from. It put me up a little bit too close to being directly underneath him, which is where all of his hands can hit you. Crap, I think I went for a jumping attack on accident there. Blah. I'm pretty sure about that weak to arcane damage thing, because I don't seem to be getting much extra damage from using my phantasm on his head. Well, then again, I think it's about 100, which isn't bad. All things considered. Definitely want to be rotating this fight away from the fucking wall. Oh! Bad dodge. Doing about 506. Okay, no, yeah, that's about 120-ish damage bonus. That is quite good. And I'm very proud of myself for remembering that there is a net follow-up to that attack. Slap, back off. Got so many limbs, and all of them can contribute to a combo. bit more awkward. Yes, follow up to that. Yeah. That. Strike. I really dislike it when they move my lock. Damn. It's like, I was really surprised that that first attack didn't hit me, because it felt like it moved right through my body. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw it pass his arm right through my body. So I was like, oh no, I'm dead. Wait, I'm not? Then the second hit comes, and I am dead. Okay, so I did confirm that he is vulnerable to arcane damage. It could just be that his legs are particularly resistant to it. And the Cost Parasite does have great reach on basically everything it does, so not all that different from using it. Oh! God, I feel dumb about that one. Then again, I haven't seen that particular attack very much. I'll get it with more practice. Don't worry. And I'm pretty sure that attack has follow-up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that attack has a third slap where he just bashes the ground with one of his arms. Not good. Damn, quick step attack again. I am sad that I got no damage out of that. Oh, and I forgot to quick step. Wasn't quite sure if I was out of range or not. I really should just have quick step to be safe. I really, really want to just go and pull out the Cost Parasite, because I get so little opportunity to use it on bosses. Damn. Okay, so that attack isn't actually a natural follow-up to the first one that he did, where he did 2 hand pushes. It's just, I guess 2 hand pushes has a relatively fast recovery animation for him. Juicy damage. Oh, come on. I'm gonna die. Yeah. Don't know why I felt like going for an attack there. I'm gonna... Thank God for the quick step. Aw, really? It's like one of his other hands animation after the double arm push apparently is wide enough and considered an attack animation. Bugger. Oh, what? Really? I was perfectly positioned for that second hand to hit me. That is such a bummer. Mixed it in R2 there. All I got out of it was about 200 milliseconds. Okay, again, that push animation is ridiculously fast for him to recover from. Remember to not go for that one. There is no way that attack doesn't have a follow-up. It's getting close to where I could be able to disarm, so I don't really want to cause it when he's barking. Juicy damage. Oh, he came back with it. Oh, and I was doing even more damage. I guess visceraling his head counts as breaking it. Or maybe breaking it is what causes the visceral. Aha. Man, that attack is dangerous. Man, I don't like that attack. It's so dangerous. Okay, so he does have attacks that he can use to rotate himself and attack at the same time. I was wondering about that. I'm getting the feeling that it really is safest to be underneath his legs. Because, I mean, he's got the one attack that he does where he flails wildly that kind of hits just underneath his tail. But I'm betting that with the whip's range, I can slap his tail from, you know, medium to long range, from the about halfway to the stop and record. From somewhere between the maximum range and about halfway down that on the whip, I think I can tap his tail with it and still be out of range from that flailing attack. Because it doesn't seem like it hits very far behind him. It just gets kind of close to. But at the same time, I do like smacking him in the face. Feels good. The damage is just so juicy. Huh. I got that HP back. I'm gonna die. Yep. That's what I get for being greedy. Also, when I'm not standing on this raised platform around the edge of the arena, it does get a bit harder to hit his head. But at the same time, he very slowly backs me into the corner with the wall. And, like, that's an instant death sentence. Being forced to go underneath him within reach of all of his arms. When you're not ready to do that, and you can't dodge to the sides, I just don't favor my odds of being able to survive that. So I don't want to get backed against the wall, because it more or less forces you to have to run underneath it. No, that's sketchy. Okay, wow, his rotating attack is actually unbelievably dangerous. I can only really safely get him once you slap on that part attack. Before it spreads and then he's back off. Get. There it is. Cheeky slap for free damage, and then visceral. Just love it. He's pissed. What is? Interesting. Oh, he regenerated his head. Cool. And I remember this time he comes back. Well, sometimes. Oh, hello. That attack is no longer something I can do anything with. That attack is much more dangerous now. Two slaps on that one. Okay, and again, I can't do anything. I mean, there's kind of enough range there in front of him, but not really. Yeah, and that counts as hitting his arm, so I'm not getting any headed slaps on that one. This is a safe place to heal, though. And buff. Pardon me, what? Pardon me, what? Pardon me, what? A valiant effort, my boy, but unfortunately that attack will never be effective against me anymore. I fought in Ludwig, and you are nothing compared to Ludwig. Yeah, that one swipe he does gets pretty dangerously close to me, and I don't like that, but, oh boy, here we go. Shit. I just barely got clipped by that, too. Methinks that when he's got his arms out, he's addressing the fact that I'm attacking him from absolute maximum range. It's just a thought, and I don't really favor my odds at that point. Like, he very obviously regenerated his head there, so definitely can get another visceral on him. For sure. But, I didn't get it before he tore his arms off, and I'm thinking that's probably going to be a consistent theme. Just a thought. And I don't know about trying to get it while he's got extended range. I mean, obviously, the last time I fought him, I basically killed him as soon as he tore his arms off, so I never got a chance to see what he could do with this, so I'm flying blind by that. By the time I reached that length of the fight. Phase. Not length, phase. I was looking for the word phase. By the time I reached that phase in the fight. I guess I'll just have to suck it up and figure out a way to deal with it. One cheeky slap, back off. One cheeky slap, back off. That's a good one. I'll give you a few slaps on that if I hit. Emphasis on if I hit. Slap back off. Okay, so he doesn't always follow that up with the attack. It gives me a great big window to hit. And I'm not close enough to go for a slap. One slap. That attack. No, give it to me. Oh, you fuck. You and your goddamn bar. Didn't even give me an opportunity to rally off him. I am so angry. Yeah, just fuck it. I don't want to deal with that after I've missed my visceral. I mean, yeah, I suppose if he regenerates it, I could probably still get a cheeky slap back at him, but what if he had regenerated it after I'd got the visceral? Then that's just another visceral, instead of me losing out on one. Ah, it just feels bad. Like I was just looking at the time, like, wait a minute, I forgot to make my blood bullets. It's like, no, yeah, he just jumped. I've got time to look at my stats and my items and check my equipment over. I absolutely don't need to be sitting there, timing out the roll. I don't think I've got any other weapons with a good reach like I do with the whip. Well, besides Cost Parasite, but I forgot. I don't have the Milkweed rune on. I do... Okay, so let's say 2 more tries with the whip. And, whoops. That is just bad on my part. Okay, yeah, you know what? If I remember correctly, I was just told the food is ready, so I'm going to go back. No. Wait. Not going back to the Hunter's Dream first. First, I'm going to go kill the Axe Mook, get some money, repair my stuff, and then I'm going to swap the Milkweed rune back on and then try using that on the face. The spit attack is too short range. You can't aim it high enough to do anything with it. Yeah, 30,000 should be more than enough to repair my weapons. I've only been using basically 2. If even that, it's all been whip. But, let's see. All of the quick step attacks are fantastic. They're all long-ranged attacks where you throw your tentacles out at maximum range. Oh, no. Fix it. I think, as sad as it is that this particular rune isn't really doing anything for me, I don't really think that there's anything I can do about that. Oh wait, it does say that he's kind of vulnerable to bolt, so I could equip that, but I don't know how that works with the Cost Parasite. Like, there's so many peculiar things in play when you're using the Cost Parasite. I fully and completely do not understand how the maths are calculated on the Cost Parasite. Like, I feel like I tried adding elemental to it before, and it didn't seem like it was doing anything extra on account of that. I mean, I'm only losing 4 damage to try it, so why not? Yeah, and I mean, there's no way I have any radial gems that are better. Yeah, so that's good enough as it is. And then we milkweed it. Did I unequip that? Yeah, I unequipped that on accident. There we go. Max stamina, up visceral, max stamina. Yeah, that should do. Okay, so let's see. So R2s are the maximum range, and they combo twice, but my god, look at all the stamina that eats. All of my stamina. All of it. All of it. Yeah, and for all that yeah, that animation will actually last a bit longer than the second swing. So while it does probably do more damage, yeah, both the strong and light attack are fantastic after the quick step. What is the two-handed? Oh, that thing. I don't know. Based on the peculiar way in which hitboxes work for my attacks in Bloodborne. Oh, wow. I'm running out of blood vials. Hell, I'm running out. I am very, very close to a point where I'm going to have to just, like, stop, grind, and buy more. Okay, so no more blood bullets for a while. Because I am, actually, nope, even my bullets are at critically low levels. Well, I mean, What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Actually, I think I'll just... Oop. Oh, hey, I got a comment. I don't know when that got there. Wonder who showed up. I don't know how to access my chat, as a matter of fact. Oh, there's my chat. Huh. Didn't even see when somebody joined. Oh well. So let's see. I can't really go for blood bullets anymore because I'm basically 100% out of them. Hey. Wait, what are the... Yeah, the one-handed animations are kind of horrible. Just saying. That attack, I feel like, does actually relatively a significant amount of damage. How are the quick steps on this? No strong attack, but you do put a quick step like that. But, how would you like it if I slapped you in the face with my tentacles? Pretty decent damage, actually. But, it is kind of awkward. I'm thinking maybe I'm just gonna go for quick step attacks. I do want to try that burst. Because there's normally I would say that the wind-up animation on it's pretty chunky. Like, not something that you could generally go for with most bosses who are really fast. But Amygdala is actually kind of an awkward, flaily boss. You could probably stand still long enough for me to hit him with it. I would have to pick the timing quite nicely, though. Yeah, when he does his double arm slap down, he stands there with his head on the ground for a while. That's probably a pretty good option for it, I think. Oop. Okay, that didn't work. Yeah, I got a whole new weapon in hand now. Literally in my hands. But, I don't know. It's probably, obviously, like, not probably, obviously better to use the whip, because even unbuffed, I'm doing 200 damage more every swing. But I don't get a chance to use the Cost Parasite very often. So a boss that it's kind of effective on, I'm gonna go for it. Them strong attacks, though, my god, do they eat the salmon. Well, also, and since I can't buff it, that means that I don't need to use any bullets. Oh, right, I have to quick step it. I forgot. Ooh, barf attack. I don't actually know what the range is on the burst. Maybe I could hit him with it during the barf? I mean, the bark does have a pretty noticeable and long wind-up, so it depends on how long it takes me after I use the burst to recover. So, like, if I recover fast enough, I can just quick step through and out of the vomit after doing the attack directly under his head. But if it lasts too long, then I'm going to take, like, literally the entirety of the vomit hitbox, and I'm almost sure that that's going to kill me. You know, actually, I'm not really feeling the Cost Parasite. I feel like it should have about the same range as the Threaded Cane, but in the end it doesn't, and that's kind of a problem. Well, I mean, its quick step attacks go at maximum range. Maybe I should just focus on using the quick step attacks. Because its basic attacks are very clunky and slow, with long animation recoveries, and it's just a very awkward thing to swing. But the quick step attacks are fantastic. They're fast, they're long-ranged, and they actually do quite a good bit of damage compared to basic attacks. Particularly using the strong attack one, but I mean, obviously that eats all of the stamina. We'll try it. We'll try it. Maybe not the strong one, that seems just a bit too slow, all things considered. Okay, yeah, I like that. Okay, so I have the plan now. Like, the quick step light attack is fantastic. It's got longer reach, and it does decent damage. I like it. And as long as I'm using the Cost Parasite, I will eventually have an opportunity to go for the Arcane Burst. Let's see. The next time he opens the game with the double slap down, where he bows his head all the way onto the ground and leaves it there for a little bit, I'm going to go for the burst. Just to see what kind of damage it does. I mean, if I'm putting in all this effort to try and slap in a cheeky arcane burst and it doesn't do, like, shit for damage, I'm just wasting my time. So better to find that out sooner rather than later. God, I hate that. Ooh, damn, look at him! Like, he just fucking soccer balled me through the air. Woo! I wonder if being a lumen decreases my total body weight and mass. It's like, because I flew through the air there. Here we go. Ooh, 800, that's not bad. Especially for only 2 bullets. Pretty sure I get about, what, 700 out of the Cursed Brew? Okay, yeah, the range on that quick step attack is amazing. I could literally just quick step him to death. Oops, but I am still in range. Oh man, that is something. That is amazing. Okay, so I've got the plan down pat now. But I am kind of hungry. Tacos sound good. I'm going for tacos. Time to take a break.